Hey everyone, welcome to the best US Mint news channel on YouTube. I'm Son of a Silver Stacker. Today's date is the 12th of October 2025, and in this video, I've got some questions about the United States Mint's behavior. Yeah, behavior. Not necessarily what they're selling, it's how they're selling it. Now, before any of that though, if you're new here, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to get to a bazillion subs. It's actually a really big number. You can look it up on the Google machine. It's ginormous. Also, we're always live, never edited, and always unscripted. I never know what I'm not going to say. Now, let's get busy with it. Let's jump over to moneymetals.com. I can show you those live spots. Nope, not live. They're not live to about 12 hours from now, actually. These are where the live spot prices ended on Friday. My bad. I just owned myself right there. All right, gold finished the week at 40.34.30, silver at 50.31. Platinum at 1609.15, palladium at 1413.65, and Dr. Copper into the week at 44 per pound. Down here, you're looking at an in-stock American Silver Eagle, whose premium is $9.89. Kind of reminiscent of the pandemic days when it was almost $20 for the premium. Remember those days? That was rough, but we never got to $60 for an American Silver Eagle. Now, the quantity of 1 through 39, they will ask that you pay $60.20. Now, the buyback is $50.65, and that is definitely above the silver spot price of $50.31, but not by $1.20, which is what we typically see. Now, also wanted to remind you, if you haven't yet already, yes, indeed, on the 15th of October, I believe we're going to be going live for about 15, 20 minutes, half hour possibly, and announce the winners of the reDollar and Triple S giveaway, where you can win an American Silver Eagle, a reDollar scale, and loop. 10 winners will be selected, and here's how you enter. And I'll leave this link in the description of this video here. It's a giveaway. Win a 1-ounce American Silver Eagle reDollar scale set. So you got to enter your name, first name, last name, email, and then click that you've read and agreed to the official rules, and you click that button there. And they don't even have a newsletter or anything like that, and they don't sell emails to other third parties, so looks like you're pretty good to go without having any kind of information spamming your email. And there's like 14 points here where you can read them, and like I said, I will leave a link in the description so you can get into that. So hopefully you win an American Silver Eagle. And those are worth what now? Yeah, like $60. You know, when we first started this one on that very opening day of this, they were $50, right? So that's $500 minimum that they're giving away in silver back then. Now you're looking at $600 worth of silver. So that's kind of a big deal. Now let's jump over here to the October 10 release. Yeah, that happened 2 days ago now. It was the 250th anniversary United States Navy American Eagle 1-ounce silver proof coin. And just yesterday, as you can see here, I still have the page open here for the 250th anniversary United States Navy Privy Mark ASE, right? Yeah, it's add to bag, and the household order limit states 1. Now, if I hit refresh here, reload, the household order limit is gonzo now, yeah, and it is on Remind Me. That's $105 currently unavailable. We are currently out of this item, but it may be restocked later. Be alerted when this product is back in stock. And you know, somebody mentioned that they set up the Remind Me email for this particular product. And yeah, guess what? When they got the email, these were already gone. So let's go over some numbers here right quick. I wanted to show you something important here. So there's 84,400, I think, was available on drop day. Okay, 84,400. And then we also had seen from the United States Mint's own numbers, and I'll go ahead and show you that here. I'll scroll to the bottom of the page here, production sales and figures. All right, that way everybody's on the same page. Here we go, and I'm going to put here 25. All right, NPM, Navy Privy Mark American Silver Eagle, and they sold 10,000 of those. All right, so with that said, okay, there you go. So that's 94,400. However, just yesterday, right? So I have here 94,400 over here, less what they have as the stated product limit, stated mintage limit. All right, that's 5,600 that they apparently have not sold out of the total stated product limit, mintage limit. Well, just yesterday, 2,500 of those, 2,500, all right, were sold, leaving about 3,100 left. Now, the United States Mint, 3,100 left. The United States, where'd I go? Hello, hi, right there. All right. Always live, never edited, right? 3,100 left. And I believe those are going to be dropped today. All right. Maybe at 7:30 in the morning, just like yesterday morning. And then guess what's going to happen with no household order limit? Yesterday there was a household order limit when it dropped, and yeah, did you get one? I hope so. Now, with this said, here's the big and look, I don't know if this is actually happening, but it's a big what if. Typically, these are gone in an instant. If the United States Mint's going to restock this particular product with 3,100 of those bad boys, and they become available at 9:30 in the morning, they're going to be gone quicker than you can say Alabama. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So who's buying them that quickly? Is it a bot? Because we know the United States Mint does not employ the waiting room, all right, for those 7:30 a.m. drops. They just don't. And now that there's no household order limit, I imagine for each different transaction, you can order 99 of them. That is incredible, right? That's a lot of coins all at one time, especially at $105. Now, who is going to be buying those? Who has the technology to purchase those and make, let's say, 3,100 disappear immediately? Yeah, you know who they are. And I don't know if that's actually true and if that's actually going on, but it sure seems like it. And how is that even legit, right? Think about that. Is that break some kind of rules or something where somebody in the bulk pro and this, like I said, this is, I'm not making any accusations, but it sure seems funny. Is it some of the bulk orders, bulk purchasers that are actually employing their bots to gobble up the remaining 3,100 American Silver Eagle with the Navy Privy Mark? Because I went over here, I showed you this here. I went over to the Authorized Bulk Purchase Program on this particular page right here. It says Home Help Center Bulk Program. And what are the bullet points here? It says here program requirements and terms. A minimum 2 years active member, a history of full compliance with United States Mint's excessive returns policy with an average return rate of 2% or less. And we have seen some returns, right? Have 2-year revenue average with NBPP of at least $500,000 annually, signed acceptance, prohibition from participating in the Mint's direct-to-consumer subscription programs, commitment to honor all household order limits. Yeah, commitment to honor those household order limits. But this is the one. Restrictions on the use of technology to place orders and monitor inventory. Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. Those are the requirements and terms. But what is it? I mean, is there any kind of penalties that when they do actually break the terms and requirements? Do they get busted down to a non-buyer anymore? Do they get kicked out of the ABPP program? I don't know. But it sure seems funny when these particular coins drop and there's no household order limit any longer, and they are gone almost in a flash. Yesterday they dropped about 2,500 of these coins, and it lasted maybe for about 20 minutes, half hour. They were gone by 8 o'clock in the morning, but they were there at 7:30 in the morning and about 20, 25 seconds or so. I saw it there. You saw it on my video yesterday that they were still available. But that really begs the question, why do they sell out so quickly when they come back, when the household order limit is lifted? And the Mint has to recognize this. They have to look at, look, all you got to do is look at a printout of all the sales and what time the sales happened, right? It's pretty obvious. The technology's there. It's not like, wow, all those sales happened in less than a minute and all 3,100 are gone. I wonder what's going on there. It's like, you just kind of look at the sales, right? At when they happened, and at 99, at 1 second, another 99 the next second. So this is very interesting times we are living in for sure. Being a purchaser of numismatic products from the United States Mint. I don't know how else to quantify or define this, but it sure is a head-scratching moment. How is it that 3,100, and I'm not saying this is going to happen this morning, but it could very well happen this morning. How could 3,100 be gone in an instant if somebody wasn't using a technological breakthrough? Well, how did the Mint call it? The use of technology to place orders. That's a nice way of saying bots, right? Yeah, and who knew that monitoring inventory and how would they monitor inventory? Maybe that's a question for another day. But there it is, folks. That's the question I have for the United States Mint. Do they even know who's buying these in records amounts of time? And how come those orders aren't canceled? Much like people who want to buy 2 of those, one for themselves and one for their son or one for their grandfather who was in the Navy or something like that. How is that possible? It's a good question. I think the Mint should answer. Um, they really ought to answer the question. First of all, the first question is, how can somebody buy, or a business or organization or whomever is buying those up in 3,100 quantities, and they're gone in a flash? Hello, if that's not using technology, I don't know what is, because the Mint gives you 10 minutes to purchase these items, right? 10 minutes. Well, if you take 10 minutes, you're not getting it. You check. If you take 5 seconds, you're not getting it. That's what's going on with that. And really, the bummer in the summer is that the Mint really has not gotten it right yet as far as ordering coins. Because if it's in your bag, if it's in your cart, whatever you want to call it, if it's not there, if it is in there rather, it should be taken out of the general pool, all right, of the inventory available, just like they do at Ticketmaster, what have you, and give you 10 minutes to complete your transaction. And if you don't complete that transaction with that allotted 10-minute time limit, then it goes back into the general population inventory. But they don't do that, because you could have it in your cart and it goes, oh, sorry, it's no longer available. Can't get it. Bummer. Sorry. Yeah, well, with that said, let's go to the plus ones. I've yammered for too long on this, but there definitely should be some questions asked by the United States Mint about how they look at those sales that are done so rapidly. How do you feel about that? What do you say? Do you cancel those orders? Do you fulfill those orders? And who's buying them? Yeah, is it your members in the advanced bulk purchase program that are buying those? And if so, should they even be allowed to buy those, especially if they're using technology, which is how I showed you here. There's restrictions, all right, on the use of technology to place those orders. Now let's go to the plus ones. In seeking wisdom, all right, to seek wisdom when we are old is like making a mark in the sand. To seek wisdom when we are young is like hammering an inscription in stone or on stone. Learning is harder at an old age. Trust me, I know this. I'm a geezer myself. Making a mark in the sand is temporary and easily erased by the wind or waves. In the same way, knowledge acquired later in life may not be as deeply integrated or easily retained, as there is less time to apply that knowledge and wisdom. All right. And the mind is less flexible and absorbent than it was in its youth. And remember, when you learn something in your youth, all right, this is a double-edged sword right here. When you learn something in your youth that might not necessarily be true or correct, or maybe there's new data, new knowledge that actually refutes the old knowledge, we still retain the old knowledge thinking it is true. Yeah, isn't that amazing? Now, with that said, let's bounce over to 99.9 KOIN Coin News Radio. This is Peter Frampton. Show me the way. Yeah, show me the way to wisdom. That's what I'm talking about. Show me the way. That's what I say. All right. Well, with that said, I want to thank you all for coming. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you hear and see, sub the channel. It's absolutely free. What's not free? Yeah, that's membership. It's going to be $1.99 a month, the price of an inexpensive cup of coffee. It's not a whole lot it's like 6.6 cents per video, and it helps support the channel. And these fine folks have done that, and I really appreciate that. It really helps out a lot. I mean, gosh, if there's 13,000 of you just became members, and if you've been here for years and years and years, and you're not a member, and you don't want to make YouTube rich, or you don't want to help me out, okay, that's fine. I get it. That's cool. Or is it cool? I don't know. It'd be nice if you did, though. All right. Y'all have a great rest of your weekend. Stacker out.